Yeah. Well, the first thing is that when you have very little to hold on to, you need to find a staff, a rock, something that you could anchor yourself to. And I found that I was very fortunate in that I was a Christian and knew who my rock was. And during my period of fasting, I came on this upon the scripture, and when it says "be strong and courageous," the version that I read says "and do the work." And what that said to me is that it wasn't going to be a, a a magic moment. It was a working moment, and that when it says "do the work," it meant that there are some specific things that you have to do, and work is never easy. Do not be dismayed and afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you. And that gave me strength to rebound, simply because I knew the work that had to be done. And I knew that God would be with me once I did the work. And so doing the work meant rebuilding what I had lost and to continuing on journey. And so that meant continuing with my doctoral program. It meant continuing to strive. It meant continuing to lead and to guide and to really seek out God's face in the midst of all that was happening. In fact, as part of that work, when I had come to terms with what was required, um, God said to me, "Okay, now that you've gotten to this place, you need to have a Thanksgiving." And people said, "Why are you having a Thanksgiving? 3 weeks ago you were, went through a situation, and what are you to be thankful for?" And there was so much to be thankful for. That the Thanksgiving really was the start of the new phase, because in spite of what transpired, God had showed me that I ought to give thanks to Him, because it could have been worse. And since then I've been able to rebuild various aspects of my consulting work. And again, God had put someone soon after who gave me an opportunity to do some training for a very large organization, and that sort of built my confidence. It gave me a new view on life and things. So it's really about trusting God and about not being afraid or discouraged. One of the things I want to add to that too, as I was alluding to before, it says, "Never be afraid to trust an unknown future to a known God." And what that meant for me is that if you know God, then you don't have to know the future, because
Correct.
knowing God is sufficient. And, you know, never be afraid to trust a known God. That spoke to me about looking at the experiences that you've had with God. And I think I was sharing with Madonna some time ago when I was in secondary school. And, we were in a situation where bread was the main meal, breakfast, morning, and dinner. And when I say bread alone, or bread and sugar. And I said to God, "I am tired of this. I need, something different." And about a couple of days later, a chicken showed up on the front of my step and laid an egg. I would get ready for breakfast 7 o'clock every morning, and 5 to 7, that chicken would lay an egg on a concrete step. And
Wow.
the
And
area
in
that
a
I,
and in an urban setting, one of those
yeah,
HDC, those government apartment blocks.
yeah.
Amazing.
Imagine
And
a fowl.
if you know what goes on in those kinds of situations, if somebody foul lays an egg, you dare not touch it, even if it lay it on your couch. You find the owner of that and you give them. And I kept asking, "Whose chicken?" And that chicken belonged to no one. And 5 to 7 every morning, that chicken would lay an egg. Sometimes I open my door, and when I pick up the egg shell is still soft. And because I was telling Madonna that I have to be not as specific as I am with God, because I said to God that I want something different to eat before school in the morning. And that chicken would lay Monday to Friday and never came around Saturday and Sundays. Never came during the holidays when I didn't have school.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So when you say when you say trust in a known God, I know my God and what my God was able to do for me in the past, and so it was easy to trust him.